Hey gang, Tony here with another yard sale finds video. Now after yesterday's monster video, I'm going to make this one very quick just to show you what I got today. As you know, I went out driving on Friday, and if you didn't see that video, then just go to the link that I'm going to balance on my head. Okay, yeah, go to that link if you want to see the driving yard sale video that I did. It's like 25 minutes long, which is kind of long. But it's there for you if you're interested in that kind of thing. I show you what I got on Friday in that video. Today's Saturday, another rainy day. Today was actually much worse in terms of the weather. Yesterday the rain held out. Today it was pouring. My brother and I did make it to a couple yard sales that were still being held. Some of them were in garages, others were outside with tarps over everything. And surprisingly, there were a lot of people out going yard sailing. I was really kind of shocked at the number of people that were out there. So, you know, I guess maybe because it's the end of the summer. There was one big community yard sale right down the road, which unfortunately was probably about half rained out. There were only about 4 yard sales that we actually went to in that little community one. Usually there's like a dozen or more. They do it every year. I didn't get anything there except for I got this little guy. You remember these? This is not. I don't think that this is one of the really old ones. There are ones like in the 80s, late 80s that I used to buy that looked a little different, I think. So I don't think this is an actual old one. It might be a newer one. I don't know if they make these things still. But, you know, these little monster finger puppet things. I love these guys. I don't remember, like, if they were in the 25-cent machines or if they were actually sold in stores. I honestly can't remember. But I used to love these. And I fished it out of this bin of a bunch of other toys, and they just gave it to me. I was like, how much do you want for this? I'll just take it. Like, please, get it out of our house. We don't want it. It's like, I want it. I love this little guy. He's going to be on my Halloween table this year. I guarantee it. Alright, next up, we went to a big flea market thing that was being held. It was actually to raise money for a dog park in the area. And, you know, we wanted to go and kind of support them. But unfortunately, at that point, it was pouring. It was flat out pouring. Most of the yard sale, most of the people there had tents. It was like in a parking lot, and there were a bunch of tents up, and people were under them. But it was still really, really wet. Everybody had stuff covered, and even I was getting kind of miserable at that point. It was, you know, I was soaked. I didn't have an umbrella or anything, and I really just was becoming less and less enthusiastic about, you know, lifting up tarps and trying to find stuff under things. But I did get one thing at one of the booths because I really wanted to kind of at least partially support them, and let me just show you what it is. It's a Ninja Turtles comic from 1989. It's a thick one called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures. The Complete Adventure. Come join the gang. Now, I feel I need to say right off the bat, I know this isn't worth anything. I knew when I was buying it, it wasn't worth anything. I bought it solely so I could read it. That's really the only reason I got this. I mean, comic books are those types of things that you really need to get them in like mint condition for them to I mean, it doesn't always have to be mint, but they have to be in pretty good condition to be worth anything to begin with. And right off, I mean, this is all bent up and dog-eared and red. There's no back, you know, backboard. There's no bag. They had it in a big Ziploc bag. So, you know, the condition is awful. And then it's also the 7th printing of the book, which I saw before I purchased it. They wanted $1 for it. And, I mean, like I said, I kind of wanted to support the dog park, and I wanted to read this, so I got it. So, again, not for sale, not for any other reason other than it's a Ninja Turtles comic and I want to read it. So, not so bad. You know, got a couple of things for myself. You know, not looking to resell any of these things yet. Then we were kind of going to give up. Mike and I were like, yeah, it's pouring, let's just go, you know, let's forget about this. And on the way to the store, we go out shopping, grocery shopping together on Saturdays, and we yard sale on the way. That's kind of what we do on Saturdays, Saturday mornings anyway. And on the way, we saw another sign, and we're kind of like, okay, fine. So we pulled over, and again, it was outside, and everything was covered with tarps, and it wasn't looking too promising. But then I noticed they had some Wii games. I was like, okay, maybe some video game stuff might be here. So I just started asking them what they had because everything was covered. And they said they had Nintendo games. And I was like, what? Oh, find those. Where are those? I want to see those. So they went off looking for Nintendo games. And while they were doing that, I discovered a couple of board games that looked pretty cool. And they only wanted 50 cents each. So I went for it. The first one is Monster Madness. I've never heard of this game, but it just the artwork was enough to sell me on this one. So I said, yeah, I want that for 50 cents. I'm kind of pissed that they have the sticker there because it kind of has stuck on there, and I might need Goo Gone to get it off or whatever. But I mean, the box isn't in that great condition anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It looks like a neat game. There's the board. It comes with little Frankenstein, Dracula, got the Mummy, and we got Wolfman in there. And then there's a bunch of cards that are for playing the game. I don't know how to play this game. I haven't really looked at it yet. I did check this one on eBay just to see what was going down, and I could only find one completed listing, and it was like, I think it was $40. So that's pretty cool. This is not in the best condition, as you can see. There's a rip on this cut on the corner there. But it looks like this might be a fairly rare one. I couldn't find many of them on there, so that's kind of cool. And Monster Madness! Come on! Monster Madness! I'm sorry. Okay, there was one other board game, and again, 50 cents. I said, man, I have to get this. Ninja Turtles Pizza Power Game. Oh yeah. Cowabunga, dude! Now this is actually kind of funny. I was looking through my comic, and on the last page of the comic, there's a little advertisement for Turtle Treasures, and if you look carefully right there, Pizza Power Game being promoted in the comic. So I thought that was kind of a funny coincidence that I happened to get the comic, and then at a different place they had the game. Again, I honestly, like, for 50 cents I just bought them. I didn't even look at what was inside. They claimed that they were complete. I took them at their word. I just said, alright, for 50 cents I'm not going to go crazy looking at everything. Hopefully everything's in there. There's the board. We got the spinner, little pizza spinner. Again, there's a whole, wow, you know, I mean, it's messed up in here. I gotta go through everything, but there's a bunch of cards. We got all the little figures, the Ninja Turtles there. Got little sewer cap coins, it looks like. So I'm gonna take a look at that. This one is not worth all that much money. There's a lot of them on there that sell between $10 and $20. This isn't in the best condition, but I'm thinking this one is for me. I think the Ninja Turtle game is for me. I might keep the Monster Madness one too. I do this every weekend, have you noticed? I'm like, I find stuff, I'm like, oh, it's worth this much. And I'm like, but I think I'm going to keep it. I can't help myself, you know, because I buy the stuff I like at yard sales. And, you know, sometimes I'll sell things here and there if I need the money, but generally I'm a collector. I really do this more for myself. So, and there is one other thing. I went back to that flea market rummage sale because my brother didn't get to go yet. And I spotted a VHS tape that I somehow overlooked the first time. Toby Hooper's Night Terrors, Robert Englund. I've never seen this one, but again, it was a 50-cent tape or 25 cent, whatever. So I grabbed it, and it is now mine. And I have all these VHS tapes now. And those, you know, I feel like I do want to clear out a little bit because I don't have any room for all this stuff, but I think I'll watch them at least first. Alright, so that's everything that I got today. not bad for a rainy day. Oh, I forgot to finish telling you about the Nintendo. Okay, so the Nintendo games. They came over and they opened the box, and what I was hoping for were games, because I have the, the systems now. But they only had 3 games. One was the Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt Combo, which I have already. And then they had 2 Wheel of Fortune games, which I really had no interest in. I probably could have bought them to resell, but I really just didn't want to deal with it. And they had a full system in there, a Nintendo with the controllers and all the connectors and everything. She wanted $50 for that, and she even told me, "Oh, the system works, but not always." I was like, "Oh, that's," and you want $50? I was like, I spent $50 a couple weeks ago on a boxed deluxe system with the robot, and it was beautiful condition, and you want $50 for this? No. So I passed on the whole deal there. I didn't even make an offer. I just didn't want, there was nothing there I needed or wanted. So that is everything for the yard sales today. I'm gonna go so that I don't make this too long, and I'm actually gonna come right back for another video for something else that I don't want to tack onto this, because we already have plenty of talking. Happy weekend, everybody. Tell me what you got. Post your videos if you've been going yard selling. I'm curious. I want to know. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great one.